And we heard him back in 2019. Now, Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, we will actually see him here as he is coming to promote a show that is opening tonight at New Jersey Repertory Theater in Long Branch, New Jersey. It's called A Tailor Near Me. It features James Pickens Jr. and Richard Kind, and it's going to run through late August. It's a comedy, sounds really fun. We'll let Michael Tucker tell us about it. So he's entering the neighborhood on this July 29, 2023 with me, Dave Lefkowitz on Dave's Gone By. Here he is. Yeah, let's get rid of that fluorescent light above your head, and you just need to unmute, please, Michael. You look great.
How's that?
Fantastic. Good morning to you.
How are you?
Thank God, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm up and at 'em. It's an exciting day for me, for sure.
It is absolutely. Now, the first thing that my family would say is, "Oh my God, you're wearing schleikes. You're wearing."
I am. There's something in the play. A suit, a custom-made suit, is made during the play. It's one of the things that happens in the play, and the tailor gives him a whole lecture about the need for suspenders rather than a belt. He talks about gravity. He says a belt is you put it in to stop gravity, to fight gravity. Suspenders, the pants, if they're properly cut, fall elegantly to a break just above the shoe top. So I have my elegant suspenders on to celebrate. Actually, I after 78 years on this earth, I finally realized that I like suspenders more than a belt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
belts are a thing, especially if you have like me. I've got a bit of a gut now, so it's.
I have a bit of a gut, yes.
Yeah. So where does it go if you have a belt? It's like over the belly button, under the belt.
That's the problem. That's the problem. And then if you want to put something in your pocket, like your phone or your wallet, it pulls your pants down. So suspenders solve all these problems. I hope that I'm giving this message to all your listeners and watchers here.
Millions of people who tune in.
I could boost suspender sales incredibly because of this morning. 5
more people will buy today than yesterday. No, but are you going to be? I don't know where you live or where you are. Are you actually going to be at the premiere tonight?
I will. I'm now in Long Branch, New Jersey, staying with some dear friends. Actually, the people who run the theater, who have done. Now this would be my 3rd play that they've premiered at their wonderful theater at the New Jersey Repertory Company in Long Branch. It's kind of my home, my playwriting home.
So actually, if these are friends of yours who are owning that lovely,
they have become friends of mine, over the years, yeah.
How I didn't know them before. They do, because right now has been apparently a very tough time for regional theaters. The New York Times has written about it. Are they struggling like other companies? Do they have a subscription house that's staying stable?
They are the little engine that could. They're fighting hard. Of course, they lost a lot of their subscription base during COVID.
Right.
And yet people are coming back, and we are sold out this week. We're sold out next week, and I think we're going to sell out for the entire run. That's what it's looking like. So we're very excited. We have some hot actors, that people want to see, who are like Richard Kind and James Pickens Jr. From Grey's Anatomy and many years in the theater. And Richard Kind is on everything these days, including our stage. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, that's amazing. So, since it's already almost sold out? I don't want to put bugs in your ears. Are there whispers about,
Well, we'll open the play first, and I think there'll be some people coming down to take a look at it. I don't know. I know of some people, who do produce in New York are going to come down and take a look, and I think there'll be others too. So
I think last time you were on this program, you had a show at 59E. 59.
That's right. We moved it up to New York, which was very exciting. So, if we could do something like that again, either at 59 East 59th which is a wonderful theater, or another off-Broadway theater, it would be very exciting. We'll have to. We were very fortunate to get these actors, and we sort of are taking advantage of a very bad situation. But because there's a strike against
That's right. Yeah.
a lot of actors, can't work in television and film right now because we're on strike, but they can work in theater. So we got them.
Mazda, that's right. How has, like, it's been an amazing couple of years if you're in the entertainment world. First of all, how have you and your lovely wife, Jill Eikenberry, who was on the show with you last time you were here, how are you guys doing? How did you get through the pandemic? How is it for you two?
Well, we're essentially retired. I mean, we work when we feel like it, which is nice.
Yeah.
And so the pandemic was not a disaster for us, in terms of our profession so much. It was
How
it
about
was
health? Did you get it?
we never neither of us got COVID. Poo poo, exactly. But we have a couple of friends who died from it. A dear friend of ours who was in my last play that was done, the one that went to 59 East 59th, Mark Blum, died of it, was one of the earliest deaths of COVID in New York, which is a shocking thing. So it was a terrifying thing. Our kids got very nervous for it because we were reading in the paper about, especially the elderly, you have to watch out. And I said, gosh, that must really be bad for the elderly. And then our kids called up and said, Dad, that's you. You're the elderly now. Oh my God. So.
And how are you guys? So if you're semi-retired or mostly retired, so the strike isn't that big.
Not economically, no. I mean, the work that to have become a playwright is not a great economic move. Necessarily.
Even if you're getting done in Long Branch, New Jersey, which
Yeah,
is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Detroit. No, but
that's right. That's right. That could be next. Um, but I'm doing it because it's the most exciting thing I've ever done. I've always wanted to write, and when LA Law was over, I wrote a book that did well, and then two more books that did well, and then these were kind of memoir books and not cookbooks, but books about food. I like to write about food. I like to eat food, cook food, and then
all right. So I'm going to stop you right there
yeah.
because I wanted to ask about that. What are like one or two tips that you would give your basic kitchen, home from work, Iron Chef kind of person to
Mhm.
make their food better, their Italian cooking better?
Shop well. You know, get fresh food. It makes everything different. It makes everything better. It's easier to cook. You have to do less to it. You have to season it left, because it's fresh. Especially, during the summer months with all these fantastic vegetables and fruits and things like that. And then, if you want to do easy cooking, I do a lot of sheet pan in the oven kind of thing. You can, pick your protein, be it chicken or beef or fish or whatever. It's very easy and quick to cook it in the oven, and you can throw some vegetables on there at the same time and get everything done in one pan. And so there's an easy tip for you, and there's tons of recipes for that. Just look up sheet pan cooking.
Now, what is your, if you have one, signature dish? Like if you were cooking for the former President Obama or somebody, and they were coming to your house, what would you like make?
I would definitely do a pasta. That's my love and my specialty. So we have a house in Italy. We've had a house in Italy for 21 years now, and so we spent part of the year over there, and so I learned a lot about pasta when I was there. I dedicated myself to it.
Now, I was still speaking about you and your lovely wife, Jill Eikenberry. Um,
Oh, by the way, and if you run into President Obama, tell him we'd love to have him for dinner.
oh, he's watching now. You
Oh,
know, he
great.
watches the show every week when he can.
Okay.
But what was I going to? Isn't this year your 50th wedding anniversary?
We have just celebrated it last month in June, and we celebrated it at our house in Italy, and we
I mean,
brought our kids over. and their husbands and wives, and had a wonderful party. Um, and it was there wasn't a dry eye in the house. We toasted each other, and Jill's toast was a surprise to me because we rented a wonderful jazz band to play during the party, and Jill snuck off during the week and rehearsed with them. And the toast she gave to me was, she sang "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face," you know that song. Well, I'm telling you, it was something.
Cool. Let's take
Very
a moment for him
emotional.
to be verklempt. Please.
I'm always verklempt. What can I tell you?
Oh, you're one of those. You're like as I get older, anything.
Yes, anything. I cry at card tricks.
Bug spray commercial on TV. No,
Anything.
you're the roach.
Yeah.
Now we're here with Michael Tucker, the verklempt Michael Tucker. Can I ask? This also I didn't realize, and we didn't get to ask you last time you were here. My wife and I moved last year to Baltimore, or northern, northern
city of
Baltimore.
my birth. Yeah.
Right. Do you have any memories of growing up in and around Baltimore?
I have many memories, and my brother and his family and his kids all still live there, and so we're down there, regularly, as much as we can. So I still have a lot of attachment in Baltimore. A lot of people that that are still there that are
How long
family
were you
friends.
living in Baltimore? I mean, at what point did you just?
Through high school.
Oh, yeah.
After, I went to City College High School, and after I graduated there, I went to Carnegie Tech. Well, it was called Carnegie Tech then, and now it's Carnegie Mellon. And they had, and still have, one of the great professional drama programs. So, I went to trade school there, and learned about acting and all that.
So, what was your favorite role in college, in university, or tech theater? What part did
I
you?
think the favorite experience I had there, and then I did it again twice afterwards in professional theaters, was in the play Waiting for Godot. I played Estragon in Waiting for Godot, and I love that play. I love doing it. It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
What does it mean? I've seen Waiting for Godot, a dozen times and so forth. What did
Mhm.
you? What did it mean to you? I mean, what do you think this show actually?
I think it microscopically shows what our life is. It's it's all about, they're waiting for something that never comes or may come and may not come, and they're waiting every day, and what they do is fill the time while waiting. And the best translation of the original French title, it was written first in French, is While Waiting for Godot. It's what you do, what and how you pass the time, and how you get your mind off of the fact that you're waiting for something that you don't really understand. And that's our life. Many people have great faith that they know what happens after we die, and that's how they pass the time. And many people say, I know that there is no God, and that's how he passes the time. And it's all about that.
Were you Vladimir? I guess you were Estragon. Who were you?
I
And
was
time always. Were you always Estragon, or did you ever get?
always, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I see. I know. I just sort of see that. Now, totally different question because again, I didn't remember this, but you were in an English language film by Lina Wertmuller,
Yes.
Italian director. What
Yes.
was she like? I mean, I don't know if you have any stories about Lina Wertmuller.
I have many stories. It was one of the most exciting and terrifying things I had ever gone through. So the way I met Lina, or the way I got attached to that, was while in New York, and we, theater actors in New York, this is long before LA Law. One of the ways I made a living was to dub movies into, the English dubbed versions of the movies, which was a kind of a going business because many audiences not so much on the coast, but in the middle of America, don't want to read subtitles. They want to have it dubbed.
Right.
And so I dubbed Giancarlo Giannini in Swept Away. And Lina, of course, saw it or heard about it and saw it. And she was just about to do, she was the biggest director in the world after Seven Beauties. I also dubbed Giancarlo in that. So,
Wait
yeah,
a minute. I mean, I've seen that movie 50 times. That's your voice
if you see it
as
dubbed,
Pasqualino?
yeah, if you see it dubbed, yeah, that's my voice. Yeah,
I
and
had no idea.
so that's how I got involved. Jill was out of town. I was putting my, at that time, baby daughter to bed, and the phone rang, and I said hello, and this voice said, "Scusami, I am the producer for Lina Wertmuller." And I said, "Who is this?" I was quite sure it was a friend of mine putting me on, but it was the producer, and I got involved. They wanted me to come over and work with Giancarlo because he was going to be working in English. For the film was being made in English. That's the first and only film she ever made in English because it was a disaster. And it was a disaster because neither the director or the star or the writer spoke any English, and they were putting together a film. And I was to come over there and help them with that. And I was like this nobody. And so she kicked me around a lot. She really was rough on me
But
because
you're a translator. What the hell? What's her
I
problem?
had, well, I was sort of a, what do they call it? Not a coach or a dialogue coach for Giancarlo. He and I would work on into the night, and he has a good ear. So, I could sort of direct him or spoon feed him the way so that it makes sense. But Lena, she just died this past year,
Yeah.
so I can say all these bad things about her now. She won't be upset. But
Oh, no, I'm
Lena,
sorry to hear
like,
that. Yeah.
she was upset that I had this power because I spoke English, and she wanted all the power, and so we had to sort of work around her. So Giancarlo and I would work and get the scene, pretty
Hmm.
right. We would go to her house, and then he would do it wrong, and she would tell me how bad I was and how stupid I was, and then he did it the way we had practiced it, and she took credit for it, and that's the way we had to go. That's the way we had to do it. It
That's
was
not,
it
not a
was it
story I
was,
really wanted to. I'm
it
glad
was
you
an
told it.
experience of a lifetime, and it introduced us to Italy. We lived over there. I lived over there for 7 months altogether because I went back to do the dubbing and everything. Um, and got to know people, and that led us eventually to this house that we have in Umbria.
So it's the house that Lina Wertmuller sort of bought. Not really, but
Well,
kind
she
of.
didn't buy it, but she was the beginning. We eventually became great friends, Lena and I. It all
Really?
worked out. Yeah, but it all worked out very well, and I would see her whenever we went to Italy, and whenever she was in the States, we got together, and I love her, but she is a difficult. She can be a
Wow.
difficult person.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's amazing that there was almost a postscript. Oh, by the way, we became great friends. I'm like, wait,
Yeah,
where did that come from?
it's a
Oh, sure.
story that's almost too long to tell, but she because I was acting in the movie as well,
Hmm.
and she couldn't get at me about the English thing because she didn't speak English. So I had this power that I didn't even want. But then when I was acting, that's what I was. I was an actor. I'm not a drama coach or anything. And I was very vulnerable. And she would do 30, 40 takes on things with me, and tell me how bad I was.
Oh my
You know,
God.
just telling me it
Did you
was.
speak Italian, by the way?
Well, I was learning it as fast as I could.
God.
Because the only time any English was spoken was when the camera was rolling. Otherwise, everybody talked in Italian because everybody on the set was Italian except me.
How
So,
was Candice Bergen in that film too? Was
yeah,
she?
she was. Yes,
Was,
Candace and
did you have to
Jennifer.
work with her, or did she sort
Well,
of?
I worked with her on that, and we became very good friends. And she is one of the most wonderful people I know.
And alive and well, so that's also a good thing. Now, I want to tell everybody we're talking, of course, with Michael Tucker. here, and he is a playwright. He's the author, of course, of A Tailor Near Me, which you can see it started 2 days ago. It's opening tonight at the
Opening
New
tonight.
Jersey Rep in Long Branch, New Jersey, running to August 27th. To get your tickets, please go to njrep.org, except the first 2 weeks are sold out, so
Yeah.
good luck getting
But
it tonight.
yeah, sometime in the last 2 weeks will be are still some seats but they're selling fast. We have these great actors and people want to
And
see them.
since it's a rep, they can't extend a week if they or can
I
they?
don't know because it all also will have something to do with the actors' schedules and things like that.
Well, if they're
So,
still on strike, what else are they?
well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think the strike will still be going, but I'm not sure. They might have other commitments, so we'll see. We'll worry about that kind of stuff after we open. Tonight we open.
No, yeah, and it sounds like a
One,
really
one
fun
thing at a
show.
time.
I
Yeah.
want to also say that we're waiting for. We had Leslie was just about to enter the thing, and then maybe her computer conked out or something, and we're waiting for her to come back because
Uh-huh.
Leslie Coban Blake is a former actress. She's a theater critic, and she has been on the local TV show Two on the Aisle for
Oh yeah, sure.
Two on the Aisle. It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's totally gross.
yeah,
They do the Siskel and Ebert tag team of reviewing theater, and
yeah.
so Leslie has been a wonderful friend of the show. So she's coming on to play the Today Yesterday quiz, along with we're also waiting for David Sheward, who is the former managing editor of Backstage and was the former president of the Drama Desk. He now writes for TheaterLife.com, CulturalDaily.com,
Mhm.
and and TotalTheater.com. Forgot about that one.